Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com. In this video I want to talk about, and I want you to learn a little bit about a realization that you might go through after cancer as a new survivor, and that your story after cancer is not one that no one ever really writes for themselves, right? And I guess what I mean is, like, I was really thinking about this the other day, that as you kind of go through this whole thing, or before you even experienced any part of the cancer, we all have this little preconceived notion of what we think we want our lives to be like. And we might be all caught up in the different aspects of life now, like, we see our neighbors with stuff, keeping up with the Joneses maybe a little bit, or maybe we're into kind of our own business, and we're doing these things, and we have this vision of what we think our lives should be like. And then you get diagnosed with cancer, and that's when it all really changes. Like, you think, well, I don't have a history with there's no family history with cancer, and I don't know where this came from, and it can be a challenge to really grasp about what it's like to be a cancer patient, and a new one at that, because there's a lot of the stigma of cancer, as being a death sentence. And so that's where it really fundamentally starts to change your whole outlook on life and everything. You go through the treatment, you go through the physical therapy afterwards, and then you're kind of back to kind of a normal life, but you have this crazy experience, and you don't really see kind of like where it all goes now. And especially since you're a survivor, you're like, oh, I didn't die. I'm here, I never envisioned this happening to myself, and and that's where I really mean it. It's like you don't ever really vision yourself having cancer, and then having yourself deal with it. And that's why it's like I realize this was never a story that anyone writes for themselves. I think it's important to understand that, as a survivor, we have two choices. One, we embrace the cancer survivor side of it and realize that it might be a defining moment in our lives, and it might have been the push that we really, really needed to kind of kickstart our want and our desire to become a better person, and really makes us take that massive action in order to really start achieving the dreams and the goals, and in turn not really caring about what other people say and what our friends say, or anything else, or what social media says or anything else, because at that point it's like, I've already beaten the odds, and at this point I'm happy to be alive, and I'm happy to be able to start sharing my new story now. And so you can either start to really embrace it, or you can kind of just go back to what you think was the normal life, because that's what you remember, and that's how you really want it to be, and you want to just bury the cancer experience down. And I have found that for me, it made me feel a whole lot better when I was able to just discuss my experience and talk to people about it, because it made me help understand what I went through more, and people were intrigued about being a survivor. I mean, again, back to the stigma side of it. I mean, you're for a long time, cancer meant a death sentence, and to be able to move on from that, and to be able to really now create this story that really has a lot of meaning and can have a lot of meaning in other people's lives is a huge accomplishment. And two, it's a pretty awesome gift that you are able to give people that are scared and that are going through it themselves. And that's why I think it's really important that that as a cancer survivor, you go through this realization that I I didn't, I never thought about, my life and my story before cancer, having cancer in it. And then now I'm able to kind of create this new life and this new story after cancer, and use it as a grounding block to kind of build on other good parts that go on in your life. So I don't know, this is something that's kind of been on my mind a little bit. I wanted to just take a moment and just put it out there, because I think it's really an important aspect into the self-realization, to get you closer to finding peace, internal peace after cancer. And that by having that I could almost say it was an epiphany for me also, that I never really envisioned my life as a cancer survivor. And now that I am a cancer survivor, it has empowered me to do better and greater things, outside of myself, and help people and be of service to people, outside of my little world. And that's why I think I'm so appreciative and so grateful in the experience that cancer has gave me. I'm a survivor, and I'm going to do what I can with it. So that's where my story has taken me now, and I couldn't be happier or more grateful because of it. So hope you liked the video. Hit me in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And give me a thumbs up if you like it, and you can share the video too. I'm cool with it. Just give me a little props if you embed it somewhere. And yeah, thank you again. I appreciate your time and your energy into really watching all the videos that I'm creating, and I have so much gratitude to you guys. I can't even tell you. So hope you have a great afternoon, and I'll see you on the next video.